Yeehaw, it's YouTube Tuesday. This is Jean with C&J Farm. We're a medicinal urban egg farm here in Matthews County, Virginia. I just got home and heading out now to, before it gets dark, to do the chores. As you can tell, we got a ton of rain last night. I think our whole area did. And we are just a mess. But, and we didn't really need the rain, but hopefully it's gone now. Anyway, I have got to get out here and do the chores, so I'm just going to kind of take you with me. And as you can tell, I'm sloshing through water. Most of Matthews County is very low, and that's just something we got to deal with. I know when we moved here, we had no idea. We actually bought during a drought, so yeah, boy, we got a ton of rain. Look at that. Fortunately, the hoop house is in a high area, and so is the vehicles, you know, the main driveway, and most of the beds and stuff. But and it's actually, we kind of accidentally did it right with the chicken coops too. They're in kind of a high strip of land too, and the barn does pretty good. Dishes, you know, I hate doing our dishes, and I hate doing the farm dishes too, but they got to be done. And I thought I'd show you real quick. We have all the herbs up underneath this low tunnel, but I've got both ends open. I need to put a new brick on this one. It's done blowed over a little bit right here. I need to bring it back again, but I've got all the herbs inside here because it was supposed to be cold, but so far we have had the warmest January almost on record. So here's a bunch of my edible flowers that I still gotta get in the ground. But I tell you, I wish I hadn't put the low tunnel up when I did, but it was definitely time to do it because you know, I'd much rather Mother Nature and God water all these plants than me have to. Now I'm going to have to crawl in there and water everything. But it will eventually get cold, and then I'll just close up these ends and it'll be good. And then in the spring, they'll all come back out here on the tables and they'll be for sale again. You can see where I weighted these down. Last week we had some major wind, and it blew through here and it knocked this table over. This whole table went over into the hoop house, and it punched a hole right here, but CA patched it for me, and so it looks like it's pretty good. And we just finished replacing all the wood sides on the hoop house because they had gotten rotten and everything. So we're ready for the cold weather if it ever comes. Got the bed of edible flowers all planted there, and they're just sitting there just waiting. You can kind of see them right there. They're just kind of waiting for it to get warm, and then we'll have edible flowers to put in all the salad mixes. And then the bees are totally confused. Honeybees are usually in a cluster in January and February in the middle, and just kind of eating their stored food or any food I have in there for them. And because it's been so warm, now they're flying around, and they've actually ate most of their stored food, so I'm going to wind up having to feed them more. So yeah, it's, you know, kind of just the way it is. You got to go with the flow when you're a farm. And I'll tell you one thing I've been surprised at. We did have a couple of major cold snaps, and my big milk thistle plant still looks good. It's a little brown, and I imagine when it gets really cold and stays cold, it'll die, because I know I don't think it's supposed to survive the winter. I've never known it to survive the winter before, but it sure is still looking good, isn't it? We'll see. I'll let you know how that works out. And anyway, I better get back there and get busy on the chores, but just thought I'd take you with me a little bit and show you some of the things we're doing. We have a lot of projects that need doing around here before it gets warm, as I'm sure you do too. Let's see how Jack and Jill are doing. I've been gone all day. I had a drum circle down at Colonial Harbor Retirement Village, and I love doing that. And I just finished that up, and like I said, it's starting to get dark, so I thought I better check in with you guys and let you know what's happening around here. Here's Jack and Jill. Hey, hey. Y'all been looking after everybody? You been looking after everybody, huh? They always get way too close, but they're doing good. They look after everybody while we're gone. And back there is a muddy, muddy mess. But, ooh, Jill, she always tries to go right between my legs, and she's wet. You're wet, Jilly. You're wet. Wet dog. Boy, they were all wet this morning. Okay, well, I can hear the ducks and chickens back there. Well, I'm going to let you go. And I just wanted to check in real quick because the light's going and it's getting dark. And I'll see you next week.